Unless you got like a snowball mic, I think you're pretty.
Speaking of which, though, we should make Mark louder because I feel like every time we have a Zoom guest on, we get yelled at for not having our guest loud enough.
Okay, Mark, give it a shout out.
I can keep. Yeah, you want to do the?
No, I just turned you up on our board.
Okay,
It's our fault.
I'm gonna blast it.
Right.
You're going all the way to the top.
Ooh, we have a little board, so you can pretend you're like an astronaut or something.
With my
like
soundboard.
a space effect.
Allow me to be clear. Using my soundboard, I can pretend that I am an astronaut.
Because you can get the full throttle. I don't know.
Pushing it to the limit.
I'm gonna kill
Wait,
myself.
do you mean it's not it's just like the fact that there's something to slide makes you feel like a spaceman?
Yeah.
It's not anything that, okay.
You know what,
Yeah,
Mark?
spacemen are always sliding into the mix.
I'm a simple man.
It's like that first wave of Apollo when everything was still stick shift.
Yeah, NASA's always turning the volume up on Rough Riders Anthem.
Whenever they fly, they have to do their Mario sound effect.
Oh no!
Oh, thank God I'm on the right board for that.
I don't know if you can hear that, Mark. But we have sound effects.
You, Jeremy, went, oh no, right?
Yeah, I said it out loud.
Don't try to tell me that was a sample.
All right, please dance if you can hear this. And it's Quorators another week, live on the ones and twos, the only podcast that reads about Quora that I am aware of. It's Alex and Jeremy. What's going on?
Yo, what's up?
I'm Alex and that's Jeremy. We got a great guest for you this week from the halls of Ha Ha Town itself. You may know his work on the Hard Drive magazine, Internet magazine, or many of his other travails. We'd like to welcome to the show Mark Roebuck. Mark, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, coming to you from the halls of haha. I forget what you said.
That was you over at the Ha Ha Hall.
For some reason, Alex feels the need to introduce the city that everyone's from, but I think most of our guests are from New York,
Right.
And the other ones, Alex doesn't know where they're from.
Mind Palace. You want to be able to place them. What was it? Kyle Kinane was here, and I was like, he's from Los Angeles. He's like,
I'm living in Portland.
Yeah.
Do you want to redo this? We don't do that. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much for having me.
You like going on websites?
Oh yeah.
You ever been on this Quora.com, Mark?
Prior to you guys starting this show about it, I always was like a little bit I don't remember ever like hearing about the website for the first time, right? And then you just start to see it on results and stuff. I never knew if it was like fishy or real or what the fuck, you know? So I guess all
real.
I didn't realize how maybe vibrant and let's say eccentric the community really was. So I'm very much an outsider to it all.
What I like about this show is, for whatever reason, the people we have on always there's like this implication of just like, I don't know why you had to make this website that I now have to look at and get stupider for, but thank you for doing that.
I feel like also when people are mad at us and they don't know what our show is, they think that we like invented Quora.
Yeah,
because we get tagged a lot in posts that are like, at Quora, at Quorators, why are there so many pedophiles on your website?
It is usually like a breach of the law of like, so white nationalism's okay at Quorators?
At Alex Patak,
CEO of Quora.
You get people that think this is all like, despite you reading the weirdest and worst shit on the website, they think like, don't you have to disclose ads, guys? What's going on?
Yeah, we're sponsored by Quora. We get paid by Quora. Big question.
Yeah, we're paid in upvotes.
Good. It's good. Good votes if you can get them.
They're good votes if you could get them. They really should come up with a separate currency on there because I feel stupid mentioning them.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're familiar with the show, we usually like to begin with a little drop of what we were looking into last week. But before we get there, we have a new recurring segment, and that is, of course, the newly unveiled tips for women.
Yes, that's right.
I have to remember where the button is. Tips for women. Women hold up half of the sky, Mark.
What?
And it's our job to kind of give them some tips while they're at it. We were focusing on men for a while, but
Now we're on to women.
Now we're
Women,
on
we've
to
got our eye on you.
we've got our eye on you.
Like
And-
So just to be clear,
Sauron.
it's 50 on this guy, but they need us to give them some help. Is that-
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe like straighten your back. You know, don't lock the knees.
Yeah.
You don't want the weight of the sky go directly on your joints.
No, you're gonna feel that when you get older.
Jeez, that sky weight.
not to put pressure on you, Mark. You don't have to have one, but do you have a tip you'd like to give to women?
Specifically, that applies
Any
to specifically
advice
women.
specifically for
anything
women?
like you thought, like get rid of purses or something like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say get rid of purses. I might say keep on trucking. Is that?
Yeah, that's great. That's really good
interesting.
for women.
I don't want to overstep. I know my lane. Not to keep it in the truck metaphor here. I see you trucking, and I want you to keep doing it.
I see you in the truck, and I like where it's going.
Yep. I might think about doing this, but I'm like, man, they might not like. I don't want that to be interpreted wrong. I just like the
Sure.
song, but no.
All joking aside, trucks are one of the safest vehicles on the road, and
Is that true?
they're load bearing. Well, not for other drivers, but for
fair.
yourself.
No, they're
Yeah.
a mobile battering ram.
Yeah.
I once had
You'll be hot to trot.
I once had a discussion with a female coworker when I worked at a restaurant
good
where
for
she
you.
was buying a new car. That's the end of the story.
Did you give her some help with some stuff?
She was buying a new car, and I was like, "What are you getting?" And she's like, "I just want the biggest car I can get, so I'll never die in a crash." And I naively responded, "But you'll kill someone else." And she was like, "It's them or me." And it's like this exists entirely in your brain, you lunatic.
Oh man.
Like,
When
to
it goes
think
down, I want to feel like a monster truck just cruising over the other cars.
Ooh, Gravedigger ended my family line.
I think if a woman said that to me, that she wanted to buy a big car, I would have to stop myself from being like, little penis alert.
The clitoris, as we discussed on the bonus episode.
That's right.
What, 2 weeks ago? When's this come out?
I don't remember. No, that's the last. It's the most
cares?
recent bonus. Go
Who
check it
gives
out.
a shit?
No one cares.
Okay, well, that's our tip for women for today.
Oh, we played it again. Oh, it's so long.
Tips. Wait. For women.
All right.
I can't make a new song every week. We got to get some
No.
juice out of the old one first.
Okay, so every week we ask a question on Quora, and then we read the responses on the next episode. So last week we asked, what is the worst crime you have ever committed? Was it fun?
Now, a lot of law officers, who, of course, we uphold and respect on our show, are on Quora, and I would expect for them to kind of chide us if we're asking
Yeah.
if it's fun. But the thing about crime is oftentimes it is fun, and that's why it has to
Sure.
be outlawed.
Especially when
Yeah.
it pays.
Oh, yeah, when there's big dollar bills. Like, let's say a drive-by shooting, I bet is fun to do. Even if there are grave consequences, just off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Not
no.
endorsing
You know what?
anything.
Any chance you get to stick your head out a window in a car is fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you're killing.
Dogs, you're on to something.
You ever commit a crime, Mark?
You would do the whole hangout. I think I might just stick the gun out the window.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? That
that
makes
would be
more
like this.
sense. Yeah, maybe you're right. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know.
really not afraid of getting anything back if your whole head.
No, you know what? I'm going half my body out the window, and I'm going, wahoo! Yeah!
I'm doing like a full moon out the back.
Oh,
there.
sure.
Yeah,
And
so
then
they're
you're
like,
shooting.
is that in? And then through
Yeah.
the legs. Bah,
Oh.
bah, bah, bah.
That's pretty
The
good.
last thing you see.
Alex's ass.
That's my whole ass, son.
Is that guy shitting? It's a gun!
Dude, how impressive
Yeah.
would it be if you got fucking headshotted through an ass? God damn, that would be cool. Anyway, that's one crime. Is my point, I think.
You can get up on top. I want to get on top of the van like the guy in Teen Wolf.
Yes. Yes.
Let's fucking go.
We are
That's
always
right.
talking about this.
Alex and I watched Teen Wolf together.
In Teen Wolf, the casual hometown sport that everyone does is standing on top of a car and
Yeah.
driving.
And it's like, play the song like, what, Slayer? No. Put on the Beach Boys tape.
Yeah, because they're surfing like the Beach Boys.
That's right.
I mean, yeah, the surfing thing is fair, but it seems like that's such a that's not, it feels like a Judas Priest or something.
It's more hardcore.
Lent itself to that or something. Yeah.
I see what you're saying, and they should have a disclaimer at the bottom: do not try unless you are a wolf.
A teen wolf. Yeah, unless you are a teenage wolf.
A wolf.
Yeah.
Who's young
Do
in
not
his
try
ways.
this. If you're a teenage wolf, then go for it.
You
by
have
all
the
means.
raw athleticism to make it work.
There's seriously, Teen Wolf is so funny when he turns into a wolf and it's like he's freaking out and he's like, "Oh, I'm a wolf now. Oh, what the fuck is going to happen to me?" And he opens the door and his dad's just wolf.
No, I think my favorite part of that movie is when the girl has sex with him. The popular girl has sex with him, and she's like, "Be a wolf, though." She makes
to
him
ravage
transform.
me like a wolf. We cannot talk about Teen Wolf again.
No, you're right.
It's not a
we
Teen
can't.
Wolf.
We can't do
It's
it.
been way too much.
Okay, we have to move on.
I'm sorry for my part.
No, it's important. It's an important text.
Mark, sit in the
I
corner.
brought it up. For any listeners that are upset, I showed up.
Yeah,
I
we
ignored
didn't
the
ask
pre-show
him.
note to not bring up Teen Wolf. This is all I did.
We did not ask him to bring up Teen Wolf. We were like around 10 minutes in. We're gonna need some gas. Things are gonna start stalling.
Let me read this answer from Vernon. Vernon Holmquist. Vernon Holmquist
Sure.
says, "I used to have a decommissioned police car in high school, which my friends and I would drive around at night and flash the spotlight into people's cars and yell at them like we were insane police officers. It was fun, but looking back, it could have been a real bad time for us since it was in a rather red state. Also drove fast as hell everywhere in that car, going 100 plus, felt like cruising. It was scary."
Vernon Holmquist, that is the best answer we've ever gotten. On
Yeah,
Quora
that
question.
fucking rocks.
That sounds
Yeah.
like so much fun. That's way better than like whenever I was bored in high school and like my friends wanted to commit a crime, they would just like climb on the roof of a building they weren't supposed to.
Yeah, we
be
did that
on.
a lot.
It was so boring. It sucked ass. And then a janitor would
roofs.
chase you away.
I'll say another good answer here from Colby Lawyer Doctor is nothing compares to the thrill of theft.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a big fact right there.
Theft is fun because you have the fun of the theft, and then
Yeah.
you so often get a nice little thing out of it.
Yeah, you get it. Something to remember it by.
Yeah.
You're gonna, yeah. And you often, it's like, it's not like when someone gets you a present. Like, I steal the stuff I like. I'm generally pretty. You know what I mean? You go home with something good.
I gotta say, Colby Lawyer Doctor is such a fun name. It does make me think they are just a listener of the show who is
It's
not
very
using
possible.
our trademark password, scrambled eggs.
Throw scrambled eggs in your comments so we know that you are not a real person.
You're not actually on there. You don't go to that school. But it was a good answer though. That was a good point.
Okay, let's get into our episode. We have a theme this week. Do you want to tell us what it is, Alex?
Sure. We got a lot of combat questions, and so we have catered together a theme this week for Mark, who is one of
fighter.
our strongest guests, the Hall of Warriors.
That's right. This episode is Hall of Warriors themed.
What sound goes with this?
When you say strong, are you saying strong? Or are you like,
No, I mean like lithe and tiger, like the body of a tiger. Oh wait,
okay?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Hall of Warriors. There you go. Are you happy?
I'm happy. Okay.
I'm happy.
This is our Incel and Manosphere segment, The Quoker. Hit it. We have too many segments. Should we get rid of segments?
You guys can do a segment where you talk about what's going on segment wise with the show.
It's too much.
It's what else is gonna go in all these sound slots? It's like half of them are.
I feel like I'm drowning.
Don't say that. You've never been more alive.
I'm going to be done and I'm going to leave. And my wife Taylor's going to be like, "How was it?" I was like, "We didn't get to any questions."
We were just playing theme songs. So these are our Incel and Manosphere
Yes.
questions, which is most of what today is going to be, because warriors cannot afford to share love,
That's so true, Alex.
and in this way are involuntarily celibate. So our first question here.
Have you poisoned anyone to get what you want?
Okay. Now, I haven't.
I have not either.
I can't
Mark,
think of one time.
Have you poisoned anyone to get what you want?
Oh, Mark looks frozen unless he's really nonplussed by this question. Oh, no, we just lost internet. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
My internet sucks. Hold on.
Recording in progress.
And we're back.
Hello?
Please, can we focus on poisoning people?
Yeah, did you hear the
Get
question,
what we
Mark?
want.
No, I did not. As soon as you said there's going to be a lot of incel questions, you
Okay, great.
froze, and I was like, what is he going to say next? And I'm like, oh, froze.
Your face was perfectly frozen for
Yeah.
the whole thing where you were like, oh, my. I thought you were just waiting with bated breath.
No, sorry.
That's okay. All right. The question was, have you poisoned anyone to get what you want?
See, that's also
what
an
the
appropriate
face you made
response.
was.
That you were kind of just making that organically.
I think that we thought you had and that you were
Right, and I mean,
considering the crimes of your
just-
past.
Do I really want to fucking talk about this? I like the implication that have you poisoned anyone? Now, not just for fun, you understand, but
something on
not
the
just
other
really
end.
nilly
For a
because you were a
purpose.
waiter and you had a problem with society or something. But no, I don't think I've ever done anything that would constitute poisoning anyone. I may have, as a waiter, brought someone some food that made them sick, but I like to think I was just a link in that chain.
Yeah.
Sure, that's on the chef.
I was gonna say you worked in a
Yeah.
lot of like fast food places that may have just like inadvertently poisoned someone, but it wasn't for your purposes.
It wasn't for power.
No.
Right. I wasn't like, hey, this guy was rude. You got a bum one I can serve?
Like
You
a
have
Game
a
of
special one?
Thrones plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Eating like Little Caesars, and they become purple, like Joffrey. Their eyes bulge out of their head.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Well, is there what's like a light poisoning that I might have done and forgotten about? Because it just feels so intense. But like,
Have you ever been a
I don't
bartender?
know. I've bartended. Yeah.
If you've been a bartender, you could argue that you've been poisoning people. And to get what you want,
Yeah.
money, you sick fuck.
Is this the idea that
Just for
alcohol is
tips?
poison?
It literally
I-
is poison.
I poison people for cash.
Yeah.
Wow.
For cold, hard
their
cash.
own.
That's some fucking dark shit, bro.
No, Jeremy. These sick fucks paid me to do it. Listen, no,
This culture is sick. It's sick, and we need a doctor.
have you guys ever? Do we all admit our crimes? Right.
Oh, we
You-
both said we didn't, but
I've
it's
never
good that you
poisoned
have.
anyone.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of if I had. I don't think I have.
No, Jeremy, you promised me you hadn't when we started.
I
the
feel
show.
like the closest I have to poisoning someone probably is like when you and your friends when you're a kid like make a nasty drink by like at a restaurant right by pouring all of the like salt in it or whatever. But I don't think we
Yeah.
ever like trick someone into drinking it or anything.
Death Cup.
Death Cup. That's a good name for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, or like in a Hamlet style way where you poison someone's ear by whispering a sweet lie. I've done that.
Sure. Yeah.
I've whispered a sweet
Oh.
lie to get what I want.
I've done that
Yeah.
for sure for power.
Sure. No,
Probably every day of
we've
my
all
life.
done that.
Yeah,
Let's read some of these answers.
please.
I have a feeling that a lot of them are going to be jokes.
Okay.
Which makes me sick.
I really like the top one, Jeremy.
Like poison wood.
Okay, Susie Q says at least 4 times a week. Got to do it in small portions because I'm making sure I get it all, baby. Enjoy your night.
And then a dead flower emoji. What does this mean?
I think this is a joke. That's what I'm saying.
Get it
I think
all.
Susie Q is doing a little
It
goof.
doeson read as a joke to me. It reads like the beginning of a mystery. 4 times a week to get what she wants.
She does. She's in like evil spaces, like Dark Angel Seduction and The Wolf Inside Us,
Yeah, that sounds like
And-
someone who poisons.
Worldwide Dating,
Oh yeah, that's
and
pretty
she knows about
twisted.
dog breeding. And she knows
Oh.
English, and she knows romance scammers.
It's really
advice.
easy to poison a dog. Dogs can't eat many foods.
That's so true. Yeah, so you can poison a dog very easily.
A lot. Yeah, that's a way a lot of people might have poisoned people's their dog ate a grape or some chocolate or something.
Yeah, sure. If you consider dogs are just fur babies after all.
And then you're giving the dog a grape to get what you want.
Yeah, which is poop, I guess.
Maybe you got too many grapes. You gotta release them.
I gotta get rid of these. I don't care who gets hurt.
Listen, I have this thing about throwing away food.
Here's a good answer from Amadani Block. He says, "No, I'm an artificial intelligence developed by OpenAI, and I do not possess physical capabilities or intentions to poison anyone. My purpose is to assist users with their inquiries in a responsible and ethical manner." Interesting answer.
This is addressing a lot of the concerns I had about Amadani Block.
Yeah. Who I guess is a simple artificial intelligence.
The artificial intelligence that won't poison you to get what it wants.
Remember that when you're choosing an artificial intelligence service.
That's the advertising campaign.
American Novice says Republican misinformation is America's new poison.
Oh!
Wow. Go off.
Tell us how you really feel. There are no sacred cows here in the Quoker.
All right, let's do another one. Here's one that I almost took off the dock, but Alex insisted we keep.
Yeah, I think it's too based.
I thought it was a little too edgy. What are your thoughts on the clothing of ancient warriors?
If they rock, they all rock. They're cool how many sharp points there are in heavy armors.
No answers on this, just a photo of a knight.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's clothing to them.
That is clothing.
That feels like armor. When you say clothing, I almost picture. And I mean, ancient warrior can encompass so much, but I almost picture more like a, like a cloth, like a, like a between fight. I don't know.
Smearing mud on your face to make a hardened plaque.
That's right.
That could be clothing to an ancient warrior.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the clothing of ancient warriors, Jeremy?
I'm with Mark. I don't think that it's fair to say that like armor is clothing. Like I feel like you can't like put on a fucking piece of chainmail and be like, "Where's my shirt?"
Yeah, did you like my clothing? Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
see
ridiculous.
what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't
Fuck
think.
Hey, quick question. Is this shirt too much and it's a chainmail?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, what about like what they wear in? I am again thinking of like Naruto, which is not a real thing that happened, and no one's saying it is, but
Sure.
they wear pretty cool clothes on that.
Yeah.
Lots of cloaks. Do you like cloaks? I guess
I
should
think
be
that
the
would be
question.
fun if we could bring back like I want to just say garb, but I know that just means clothes.
Let's get garb in the chat.
Yeah, but it's like from an era where the garb was
Oh yeah.
a little different.
It's a
maybe,
little
so
different.
It's like just yeah.
I feel like women won't let us have garb.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Not to point my finger at anyone in particular.
It's
but
women.
I'm looking at the other half of the sky, and I'm thinking, like, this is why we don't have garb. This is where all the garb went.
All right, we're moving on from this question.
Fine. I'm glad we did it.
I'm afraid of what Alex will say next.
There are no sacred cows.
What should I do if I want to beat someone with a baseball bat who is trying to ruin my life?
Oh, no.
It's a situation that happens to Mario sometimes. So two angles on this one. One would be to slam that thing with your big bat and turn them into mush.
Sure.
And then the other would be to reconsider, I suppose.
Yeah, those are the two. Yeah, those are the two options.
Yeah, you've laid it all out.
I guess it kind of comes down to kill or be killed, I guess, bat-wise.
Yeah. What should I do?
What would you say? It was someone who was ruining his life. So not necessarily like also trying to kill me with a bat, but
No.
just kind of
They're trying to
about,
ruin his
Maybe-
life.
Yeah.
maybe poisoning.
Yeah, but probably just like talking shit online.
Yeah, yeah.
It seems like an escalation.
What? I want to beat someone with a baseball bat.
Should I kill Mr. Steal Your Girl?
What if this guy's trying to ruin his life by not paying the mob the money he owes?
Oh, okay.
That's a good point.
That's a
And
classic beat
that's
someone with a bat situation.
like right. It's not right. Yeah, it's a
You're
good point.
really reaching out to me as a mob aficionado. This thread has good answers. That's why it has made the cut here.
Luca says, wooden bats go for an ambush attack. Since they're heavier, smash the back of their head multiple times as hard as possible, preferably until it bursts open, and make sure you have your face completely covered and wear thick wool gloves, then burn the bat.
Now, I would like to interject to say this
Please.
answer is not done by Orson Scott Card, but is the kind of thing that he does like to write on here sometimes.
Can I just say real quick, just if we're interrupting to talk about Orson Scott Card, we talked about this on the Chapo episode we were on, the Orson Scott Card thing, and somebody online pointed out that he wrote a book recently that's like a retelling of Hamlet. Do you know this?
Oh, we all kind of got Hamlet on the mind today, huh?
Yeah, he wrote a book called Hamlet's Father. And it's a retelling. It's a retelling of Hamlet, where Hamlet is a pedophile who molested all the other characters and turned them gay.
Now, you had me at the title, but the content is actually far better than I would have ever guessed.
Orson, come on the show.
We gotta talk about this.
Like Orson Scott Card, Mark. Do you know who that is?
Who is Horse? Wait, do I know who that is?
Maybe
He's the
Ender's
writer.
Game.
He's the writer of Ender's Game, and he's a
okay,
noted
yeah.
crazy person, and he
Sure.
spends his days in his 80s on Quora.com. He's like
Oh, that's wonderful.
one of the few Quora celebrities.
I did email him.
Wow.
He has not returned my email.
Yeah, well, he's
No, I don't know a
very
lot about
old.
Shakespeare. Is that different than Hamlet then?
So
Hamlet kind of shies away from the pedophile issue.
That's not okay. Okay.
They weren't ready to talk about that back then.
yeah,
But needless to say, he was turning everyone all gay down there.
Hamlet's gay pedophile father.
Yeah, do you remember that scene where Fortinbras is like, honestly, pause on everything you're doing and all the revenge you're committing in your inky cloak?
Anyway, sorry to bring you into this, Mark.
I've
No,
got,
I don't. I'm way. I listen. I can't. I can do Teen Wolf. I don't know Hamlet.
That's fine.
just so you know what weight class. I know you said I was a strong guest. I just.
So Hamlet's father is kind of like the dad in Teen Wolf.
Okay. Oh, there was incest in Teen Wolf. Did I miss that?
Not that I remember,
No,
but
no,
I would have
there's
to
not.
watch. I'll any excuse to watch this thing again.
Anyway, don't kill anyone with a baseball bat.
Although, if you are going to, there's another half of the answer.
Luca does then go on to say if you prefer aluminum, go for an ambush as well. Strike the face and the eyes when they're on the ground. Go for the sides of the head until they cave in.
Okay.
Follow the same measures as in a wooden bat.
You didn't need to write that paragraph.
Do know, however, that this will be fairly gory, and you're gonna see someone's brain matter.
I, for one, think brains matter.
Thank you, Alex.
What's up? It's a rapping
thank you,
podcast.
Luca.
Luca.
So just to be clear, sorry, did they
Please.
say advise for both wooden and aluminum to go with the ambush? There was like,
Yeah.
there's no one that you want to engage with like a sword fight. There's no bat that's the magic trick for.
The aluminum paragraph was you're still going for an ambush and still hit them in the head, and actually all the same advice as the wooden bat.
Which doesn't make sense because part of his advice was to burn the bat.
Oh, there's the difference, huh?
Oh,
You're gonna have to melt.
Do they say anything about? Do you melt it or
It doesn't say.
just chuck it into the woods at least?
I put it in the sea, probably.
Sure.
Or you could just clean it.
Yeah, just clean it.
Yeah, just clean it good. Just put some
would.
alcohol on that or something.
I would. You know what? It's the foolproof plan. I would float it to the sea. And then I would tape a note to it that just said "used for baseball." And I would just float it out there. No one's gonna think anything weird happened.
Yeah,
I would write regular bat on the side.
Carve it in like Wonder Boy and then normal bat.
One respondent who Chris Evans, who's a student, says don't, and that if they're trying to ruin your life, actually beating them with a bat is all part of their plan.
Is this from Captain America?
Oh,
Chris Evans?
it's a pretty uncommon name.
Yeah. He studied stupidity and lives in Texas.
It's probably the actor, right? There's a big picture of Jack Daniels as his Abby. The actor Chris Evans from Snowpiercer.
Okay, let's read more because we have a lot of questions to go.
All right, that one did solve the bat thing.
Okay. What does a lifetime's worth of combat knowledge mean?
A lifetime's worth.
There's one answer on this.
This one's poetic.
That
Yeah,
one answer is from this guy named Joe Lawson, and it says, I'd say that it suggests a person with a real drive to survive while succeeding at his goal and who has high killing skills.
Oh, baby.
In other words, someone to not mess with but cultivate as a friend. Was that what you were going to say, Mark, before I cut you off?
More or less, yeah. Cultivate as a friend. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You probably want to cultivate.
I was gonna say all
as a
that.
friend.
Mark, do you know anyone who has a lifetime of combat knowledge?
And also, you have to succeed at goal if you have a lifetime of combat knowledge. That's one thing that you cannot avoid. Do you know what I mean? Because if you have a lifetime of combat knowledge, you're in combat, you cannot fail at your goal.
Yeah,
Or you will be slain.
That's so true, especially if it's a combat goal.
Are you
Your
triggered,
lifetime
Jeremy?
will be over.
Are you triggered by this base knowledge that we're dropping in this episode? Because this episode is only for warriors as well.
Yeah.
This is Warrior exclusive episode.
This is Hall of Warriors.
It's a haul.
It's for people who want to be a warrior, learn more about warriors, or are currently a warrior.
And yes, and you're succeeding at your goals.
And if you hate war, get the fuck out of here.
The hell out.
All right, next question. Why didn't Muhammad Ali use nunchaku?
This would be so based.
So that's like nunchucks?
Yeah,
Alex?
nunchaku.
I don't
Is
know.
that
man.
one? Is that one nunchuck? Or is it
Yeah,
nunchaku?
how does that work?
Nunchaku. No, so the The thing about Japanese words in when you take them in English is that they like literally like write out the way that they're said, and so it's the same. We're saying the same word, but why didn't he use them? Is the question. Do we all remember what a nunchaku is?
Yeah, it's like the two.
You got two of those bad boys,
And they're connected by a chain.
they're like little bats.
Two cylinders.
Yeah, they're two cylinder. Does anybody have questions about the shape?
Don't the rules of boxing just clearly forbid that kind of thing?
That could be the main reason. That's what
I
I
have
was
to think
gonna
that's
say,
in there.
Yeah. Maybe this is implied outside of the ring,
Oh.
like in
Do we
day-to-day
know?
life.
Do we know he never used them on anyone?
I want to answer this without using Google.
I think that the boxing should do like an event like once a year where everyone gets to have one weapon.
A no rules match. Wrestling
Yeah.
does this.
Yeah, where because wouldn't it be fun to watch Muhammad Ali have nunchucks?
I think it would be
Just
fun.
going. I don't know. Everyone gets one Ninja Turtle weapon.
I think all of your favorite
Has to
boxers
be
would
Ninja
probably
Turtle.
live around 10 years shorter on average, but it would be worth it from an entertainment perspective.
Mhm. I don't think you should do turtles though, because then
No.
you start talking swords and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what I'm
I think
saying,
you got to
yeah.
keep it blunt weapons just for the longevity of the,
kinda wanna see-
fighters.
Mike Tyson with a fucking katana.
The thing is, the blunt weapons
Mike
are
Tyson
still
can have a baseball bat, wooden or aluminum. His call.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Just think about it. Like Mike Tyson hits you with a wooden baseball bat, you might as well be getting stabbed with a
Yeah,
sword. at that
your
point.
head explodes.
Mhm.
You get turned
Only
into
if
like
it's
a
aluminum. If it's wooden,
no.
pretty clean. Pretty clean.
If you take a wooden baseball bat and just put a boxing glove on the end, it's fine, right?
Oh,
It's basically a pillow.
It protects the bat.
and it's hilarious.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's good to laugh at. There are only a few answers on this one.
One of them says, Adrian Knott says, because he couldn't hide them in his boxing shorts. However, he often concealed kung fu stars in his gloves and killed many opponents with their poisoned tips. Time-wasting troll.
Oh, so that was a joke?
Yeah, he's mad.
Oh, okay.
And another guy says, what?
I do like it when they say that.
Would they say what?
It's the questions website. You can say that on anything.
It's a good answer to any question. Huh?
What?
What? Yeah.
Repeat that?
I wasn't listening.
That's a funny thing to write, the answer of any Quora question. I wasn't listening.
I didn't read that.
Okay, let's move on to forbidden knowledge.
Okay, let's get out of that. Kind of cleanse our minds.
Is this one with the
here.
funny answer, Alex? Is that what this is?
What
is this?
Oh, this is just an interesting question, actually. It's forbidden knowledge.
Okay.
The unknown. The cosmic. Welcome to Quora's Forbidden Knowledge.
This is in Street Survival.
Oh.
And this is a post. After a concentrated study of martial arts over the past few days, I have an awakening twice this morning. It has become apparent to me that we have all been misled and have misled ourselves about foundational assumptions regarding the whole of martial arts. The limited text and format ability here makes it difficult to impossible for me to address here. Can I produce some document about why I'm talking about and provide a link to it here for it to be debated? I also welcome ideas or alternatives to do same or similar. Alex, where did you find this?
Oh,
Is this
in
Neo?
street
Did Neo
knowledge.
write this at the beginning of The Matrix?
He's typing something, and then the programs come after him. Yeah, just think about it. Everything you know about martial art is false.
Also, to be clear, this is in the Street Survival Quora, which is learn how to be safe and prepared no matter where you are in any city or slum.
The question is, can I produce some document about what I am talking about
Yes.
and provide a link
I don't
to
know.
it for it
You
here
tell
to be
me.
debated?
Go right ahead, right?
Yeah.
Then you can answer. You can just write like, yeah, dude.
Nobody wants to explore what could be wrong with martial arts that we all don't know.
So this is by a guy named SIDEWINDER.
Is it just that you don't use feet?
And SIDEWINDER has his own space called, you guessed it, SIDEWINDER Fighting Style.
Oh, hell yes, dog. He produced document. His whole bio is survivor.
I wonder how he fights. What's it
I
all
want to
about?
know. Me too.
Well, click on
All right,
Sidewinder
hold on.
Fighting
We're going to read
Space.
his bio first. His photo is a snake. His bio
Uh-oh.
says, several serious attempts on my life and defending against many other assorted attacks started from about third grade on. First attempt on my life. None were successful. No training available. Just did my own thing out of necessity.
On his Harry Potter shit.
Dude,
They
that's-
came for me as a baby. They put the curse on me as a baby. I have to know his fighting style.
He's a big guy, he says.
Okay, so get big.
He says
Bear mode.
How do you fight sumo wrestler-sized people like for real? He says...
Like for real.
He says go
Not
for the
joking
legs.
around this
No
time.
bullshit.
The rest of that question is, usually you are stuck in a room with them, and once they grab you, even if you're
it's like a
strong,
party
their weight
situation.
can destroy you.
Don't let them grab you with their big arms, I'd say.
Sidewinder says go for the legs first and or focus on the eyes.
It's just Sidewinder. Have you seen their legs? They're huge.
Don't let him get you. That's my best advice.
Did you go on the space?
No, I'm just reading his answer for what do you say to people who claim violence is always wrong? And he was like, first of all, you're an idiot.
I got a lot of ideas for
Just
you.
even
actually.
God did violence. Oh, all right.
Yeah, he made
You
that
haven't
great
seen what I've
flood.
seen.
All right, I'm in Sidewinder fighting style.
Finally.
Sidewinder
Hey,
proposed martial
you've been
art
thinking about
form.
it all wrong. You got to bring a gun.
How I killed a third grader.
That has to be what he means, right? It's just
I
like
don't
it's all
know.
about gun.
Original intent
You've been doing
slash
it all wrong,
purpose.
guys.
Originally to be the ideal defense form for an old man or woman to give the best chance to be able to defend themselves against 2 to 4 opponents. If you survive, you will grow old.
That's so many opponents,
2 to 4?
Sidewinder.
2 to 4.
What did I
Casually,
do?
2, 3, 4. Doesn't matter.
This is so fucking long, dude.
Okay.
Styles applied. Imperial snake asp kung fu. Masters are experts on high-speed bobbing, weaving, and evasive maneuvers. Imperial leopard kung fu.
Oh, that's good.
These are all different things. Weapons, short whip or whip belt, electric stun, cane.
Belt. Okay. Now that's an innovative idea. I
An
think.
old woman is going to use these to defeat 2 to 4 opponents? An electric whip?
Gusari, expanding baton, solid end or spring, mini blowguns, blinding or other powders. These are his weapons that he uses in Sidewinder fighting style.
You got to just use a cane.
In what fight are you going to produce a blowgun? Get it ready.
You have it up your sleeve.
Get a clean shot.
Okay, now hold on. Basic rules. These are good rules. Basic rules. This style either only uses joint locks or grappling momentarily or not at all. Holds give the enemy time and opportunity to strike. Behavior, feigning, misdirection, deception, evasion, certain magic tricks.
Oh my God. This is big money.
CB guy.
He did not bury magic tricks after jabbing and fainting.
Why do we learn the magic tricks?
Look, you're going to want to work the speed bag and then again, get on your Harry Potter.
So then
shit.
he
Blow
says,
fire at them.
he says hypnotic slash psychological, and that's blank. So that's not involved. And then he says appearance, sound, and movement, guerrilla tactics, ninja tactics, any dirty trick.
How's gorilla spelled?
It's spelled correctly.
That's
Unfortunately.
I didn't know if that was part of the magic.
A key
You talk
point-
about leopards and shit. I thought maybe you
Yeah.
run around like a fucking gorilla. I don't know.
That'd
You're
be
gonna
great.
have to offer me like a strong reason not to just read this for the rest of the episode.
We're
There's
still
so
reading it.
much.
A key point to this form is to focus on certain concepts, one being that there is a world of difference between the first opponent and all other opponents. The first attack against the first opponent is key. Attack the offending hand/arm/foot/leg directly. Intercept kicks and strikes to paralyze or disable limbs.
Okay.
Paralyze spelled insanely.
How is it?
P-A-R-Y-L-I-Z-E. Paralyze.
Paralyze. That's part of his affectation.
At which point your assailant will be paralyzed.
Paralyzed. Right in their limbs.
Skipping ahead a little bit to throws. He says throws are a paradox.
Dude, this guy's so anti-throw. It's crazy.
He hates throws.
This post made by
paradox.
Strike Gang. Throw cells stay mad.
He's all
Someone
in on
threw his
powder.
ass while he was trying to do a magic trick, and he's like, I don't know what happened.
Good luck throwing me when your arms are paralyzed.
He has so many posts in here. It's crazy. They're so long.
How many people are in this? Can we
7.
find out? 7?
No, sorry, 3. 3 followers.
You got 4 now.
Follow
Slam
space.
that button.
We're in there, dude.
I am going to be so deadly later.
He lives in Western United States.
Yeah, and all of his pictures are of the desert. So, you know, like when you're in the Sahara or whatever. Or what's the American Sahara? the street.
I really want to see if he talks about the magic tricks he does. Realizations and study change the name of the space and concept. This cannot be called or even really linked to Kung Fu, so I do not want to just use that name out of respect. Sorry, what were you saying, Mark?
I'm sorry. Just the way he just kind of mentioned magic and doesn't act like he didn't just mention magic is pretty wild. I
don't want to talk about that right now.
But
oh wait, hold on.
Wild to be like, a little bit of magic, but also you can't do the wrist lock. Magic. What's going on?
I don't want to get hung up on the magic, so we'll talk about that.
Those are some of the powders. He throws them on the ground and then he uses those to disappear.
Smoke bomb.
Smoke bomb.
He has an about me.
Oh, okay.
I am 58 years old, going on 25.
What does that mean, Sidewinder? I have no idea what to picture now.
He says, I was born different, raised different, determined to be different. I am what I would call a pseudo-savant.
Okay.
Does that mean that he's not a savant?
No, he's a fake-out savant.
Right on the line.
He explains it, though. He says, meaning... I have multiple talents, not necessarily miracles, and I have no handicaps.
Wait, not necessarily miracles. This is unholy magic that I'm doing. This is dark magic only.
I am unnaturally healthy for no discernible reason, as until very recently I did nothing to take care of myself, had a terrible diet, and never exercised beyond basic minimal manual labor. Manually, he says.
It's probably all those guys trying to kill you, man. You're getting great workout with that.
Right. Yeah, you've been running for your life at the track.
This is Steven Seagal, right?
Yeah.
When you first talk about growing up, it's like this does just feel like a certain kind of they don't really make this kind of action movie anymore.
Yes.
But like that
They should.
Born different.
They
raised
should.
different.
And so what was it we first learned about this guy? Because he had a revelation. He just woke up in a cold sweat and was like, Kung Fu's all wrong.
Yeah. He's the one who was like, can I post documents?
He had document, but he didn't know if he could post it here. And that's when the space got invented. I would assume.
This is 2 years old, this space.
These are the documents.
He says, yet I can go into any gym, get on their back exercising machine, and take the whole stack of weights like it's nothing, usually approaching 300 pounds.
That's a lot for a back exercise.
You don't believe me, right? I have 2 videos from 2 gyms taken by 2 different people. One, a United Methodist pastor of known and impeccable reputation as witnesses who recorded me doing this a few days ago for my baseline, like the before picture. I did this while in the worst and weakest conditions in years. What if I actually started taking care of myself, eating better, working out, etc.?
Now I know a lot of you are
like good pastor.
I know a lot of you are listening thinking, I could probably take out Sidewinder.
Consider.
Sneak up. I'll take his back. I'll sneak up on him and take his back. No big deal.
It's not safe from any angle. Please just leave him alone.
Listen to me. I am a pastor. I am a very reputable pastor.
Guys, do you think if I was rolling up on Sidewinder from behind with a baseball bat, do I stand a chance?
No.
I don't know. Maybe if you could burn it afterwards.
The whole stack at the weakest point of his life, Mark.
The bat just breaks.
This is like mid-COVID. He's doing the stack.
Is this mid-COVID?
This was also written 2 years ago, so that's when this would all go out.
He says, when I was growing up, there was an abundance of rounded granite boulders, and I got into picking up the biggest one.
Are you a 90s kid?
I could, and smashing against another to try and break it. This exercise outperforms any gym. When you do this, everything from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes is strained.
Oh, what's he doing with the boulders?
He's picking them up and throwing them.
Oh, okay.
He's playing boulders outside.
Yeah.
Sidewinder, come in from the boulders.
Sidewinder.
Sidewinder, I'm
Sidewinder.
I made steel to eat. Stop playing boulders out there.
We've got a stew of the bones of your enemies.
They're coming to kill you again.
Yeah, he's in 3rd grade when this happens.
Your enemies are here if you want to kill them.
I've got your powders.
I don't want to see you leaving school until you do the whole stack on the back machine.
Which gym do we hit today and freak out?
He also says,
Call the pastor.
Call the pastor. He Says, aside from my already unique physiology, this additionally set me up for life and is one of the reasons why I'm able to do such things. I'm starting from nothing, have nothing, no viable options for proper training, and knowing very little, having to create a relatively new martial art in its focus. In addition to that, it may be unavoidable that this form may have to be divided into 2 forms.
Whoa!
The original intent is a form designed for older people. However, most old people are not built like a football player with unusual health, vigor, size, and strength.
Well, I mean, football players have unusual health, vigor, size, and strength. It's kind of redundant that way.
It would be less logical to ignore the types of forms that are better for my actual build and physiology.
It's really selfless of him to design an old people fighting style, seeing as he's like an Olympian or whatever.
Yeah.
He says it would be. I've been able to reconcile this on twin forms. One, the original leopard/asp/mantis kung fu form, and the form more fitting for my physiology, which would be more like tiger/cobra/mantis kung fu. I have quite a challenge, and that's the end of the post.
That's quite a challenge, Sidewinder.
This feels like the kind of like message you find in a video game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I want to change my whole life now. Like, I
Sure.
don't really know, like, in what direction, but whatever I'm doing is wrong.
Do you think you're more of a tiger/cobra/mantis kung fu guy, Alex?
Yeah, if I'm being true to my body, when
Your
I
unique physiology.
when I play Boulder, I often feel that way. I'm so interested as to like who the other people are on this base. Do you think it's like his family?
It's just him.
There's 2 other people. There's us.
Right.
We're a quarter of
We
the
can
space.
see the 4 followers.
There's David Barnwell, MS of computer science.
yeah. There's Jean Patrick Ducriette,
Oh yeah, so
and
it's
then
some
there's
Haitian guy.
Jonito Lahaye,
Uh-huh.
who's a self-defense assistant instructor.
See, that makes sense. You want to be here if you're.
Who lives in
We're
the
still
Netherlands.
CEO of
Networking
Gilf
or
of the
something.
Week. I don't know if we
Yeah.
want to change that.
That's all right.
Okay, that's fine.
And then the one contributor, of course, is Sidewinder,
Who else would it be, baby?
who is a survivor.
The king, baby.
Can we?
Does he
we have
talking?
time?
Is he trying to teach his like? Does he do like a class or anything, or is he doing Instagram lives or something?
I would love to find out.
Do you do Zoom lessons?
Okay, can we find like more social media for this guy? Because I want to like follow him on other apps.
He's also 2 years stronger if we find him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Or he's
No.
dead. Someone
Yeah.
killed him.
Well, I don't think that's
Yes.
very likely, as he's actually been developing a fighting style specifically for old men. He should get better at it as time goes on. Really.
I followed him. He's
Do you
so
think when he
cool.
gets in a fight, does he like you can just see him like changing fighting stances like in a Mortal Kombat game or something, depending on
Asp. Tiger.
which one?
No joke. He's like pretty active on Quora. He last upvoted something on Tuesday. We should reach out to him and like interview him.
Okay. That's
Right?
a
Like
good
we should
idea.
genuinely try to speak to this guy.
I am afraid,
That
and
he'll
tell me if
kill
this
us?
is out of line,
That he will come and kill us.
that he would come and kill us with his deadly hands. That's like
Yeah.
probably the main thing I'm trying to avoid with this podcast is being murdered in a home invasion.
yeah.
So there's always that, but I would learn a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll come back on this
All right.
one.
We'll think about it.
But so happy
you
we
can ask
found
him
this.
questions through the website, maybe. Right? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's true.
Yeah, maybe we just do some like Quora questions with him. We can ask to contribute to his space and make up some stuff.
Yeah. All right. Let's read some more questions.
Okay.
We're moving on from Sidewinder. We're going
What a
into
treasure
Core
trove.
Romance.
Okay. Quora Romance.
We're still in the Hall of Workers.
Can you find love?
Oh, you know what? This is a Reddit. That's why we couldn't find this. It's on Reddit.
Oh, well, we
Did,
can't.
did you perform that segment live? You performed that?
Yeah,
was
Alex
live?
played that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's a series of string instruments. Well, we can't read a Reddit question.
No, that would be wrong, right?
That's for the Patreon feed, patreon.com/Quorators. We read all of the other websites there
oh,
are.
it's so sad because it's a really good one.
Well, we'll just read it later. I would say roughly in 1 hour when we do that. If I had to pick a random time.
Yeah, but you have to give us money if you want to hear it, or steal it, which is nearly impossible to do.
It's an iron wall of content.
Yeah.
It cannot be broken into.
All right, well, here's a question that we can all answer as married men. What is the difference between marital law and martial law?
Okay. Folks,
Ooh, mic drop.
is there a difference?
Ooh, oh shit!
Is there a difference?
Oh my god, that's why it's called that.
Sometimes I come home from the office and it feels like the generalissimo is putting a gun to my head and asking what secrets I know. Mark, you a married man?
I am. Yes.
Yeah. You ever been forced to dig your own grave, Mark?
By my wife specifically, or
It's just whatever. I mean, I'm just making conversation.
It is funny to imagine actually them being the same, where it's like your wife is like taking your gun away.
No.
You cannot rise up against me.
Democracy is over.
The answers on this are all what you'd expect them to be. It's people being like, they're the same.
Women are
Think about
Pol
it.
Pot to me.
David N. Adam Go says martial law is law made by the military, or in most cases, a military dictator to govern civilians, while marital law is law governing a marriage, or in most cases, it's laws made by the dictator and commander of the marriage, the wife, to govern the relationship. Some men prefer martial law to marital law.
David M. Mgambo has got your ass on this one. Here's what I want to know. Tell me if you can find one of these in the answers.
Please.
Is there any women who are like there complaining about men? Because this seems like a real like dog's house kind of situation where the fellas get together and complain about wives.
The boys.
Yeah.
Viviana says you face torture breaking one and prison breaking the other.
That's a good point, Viviana. Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you for writing in.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, I see what she's saying. Okay. If you break.
You said face torture and it hit me weird. But
Yeah,
I
me
get what
too.
you-
Me
yeah.
too. I read it wrong. It's my fault.
Okay, that's Jeremy.
One involves face torture.
Yeah. No. She's saying if you break martial law, you face torture. And if you break marital law, you face prison.
That's not true.
Isn't it? There's probably somewhere you would and somewhere you wouldn't, right? Or
I don't know. What?
oh, just the
I guess
particulars.
in like Saudi Arabia or something, I guess if you break marital law, you could go to prison
Yeah.
in a religious state. When you said face torture, I was specifically thinking of like
me
the
too.
alien from Alien.
Me too.
Think about that face
like the,
torture.
That's face torture.
Or they like snip your nose off.
All right, let's move on because this question. I'm so sad that we can't read that Reddit. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Let's read. Let's do Quora MD.
Please. All right, these are our medical questions. Where did I put this one? Welcome to Quora MD.
Mark, you worked in a hospital,
Won't
right?
you have some surgery with us?
I was a surgeon.
But weren't you the like Catch Me If You Can style surgeon where you made it up the whole time and then you like had to do surgeries?
About 90 minutes, all said and done. Yeah, it was great. It was, I got in there, I scrubbed up. It was this guy, and I got the hell out of there. No, I was a transporter at a hospital for a while.
Oh, like Jason Statham.
I was about to say like Jason Statham because I'm an idiot.
Did you see him while you were there?
No, I was in Lansing, Michigan. We didn't really get Jason Statham didn't pop in. It would have been a funny promotional thing though, like if he worked a day as a transporter for some viral
He
footage.
shadowed you.
I just
He
want to
shows
know
up to take you to your X-ray or something.
Gotta put on this thing so that your balls don't get x-rayed. Go fighting Michigan sports team. Wear this cloak.
Okay, so this is a question that maybe you can answer for
I
us, Mark.
love the Great Lakes.
Yeah, that is our character. This is of course our famous character, Michigan
Jason Statham.
Okay.
And scene.
This is a question that maybe you can answer for us, Mark. What happens if I drill my belly button?
What?
Someone at some point will probably take you to an X-ray, I would think. That's the extent of my knowledge.
It seems so drillable.
The word drill.
Do you mean you're talking a powered drill? You're talking
right? This is. I think drills are more flexible of a word than you could think because it could be a verb.
Okay, well,
Like what you could get. Well,
it
I
is
did
a verb.
think.
it's always a verb.
I did think the first thought I had was like, what if someone penised you so hard and now you're like
the
getting
dumb
drilled in it?
blonde
It's-
joke or whatever. Isn't that a
We
famous
discovered-
dumb
What?
blonde? How do you know a dumb blonde had sex?
Because they're getting
She has
drilled in the belly button.
Yeah, that's literally the answer. It's because she has a bruise on her belly
off the
button.
hook? Or why is the guy get off the hook in that situation?
In this joke,
A
I
couple
want
of
to
dumb
say that the
fucks.
guy is also dumb.
It was her idea.
and
Okay.
he's Polish.
There it is.
This is the rare double joke.
That's a perfect joke.
No one is safe when Jeremy's in the room. Not blondes, not the Polish. Need I name a third type of person?
No sacred cows.
Yeah, you could drill into it with your finger trying to get some lint.
Okay, I was thinking with like a power drill.
Yeah.
The first thing you're going to think of is a power drill, and I do think that is how we have to read it. And if you power drill in there, well, you're going to be drilling right into the middle of you, and that's not where you want to be.
No. And it seems like you might pull stuff out.
Yeah,
Like you're tangled in there.
You might not like what
I don't
you
know.
find.
It
Look, I
just
don't know.
looks so it looks so drillable. It's like a kind. I feel like this is now going to be an intrusive thought I have. Like whenever I'm on the subway platform and I have the thought that I'm not depressed, but I'm like I should jump in front of this
Right.
train. I'm now gonna anytime I'm
Whenever you're holding a
drill,
drill, shirtless.
drill.
yeah, I'm gonna be like it looks like it fits. It also even kind of looks like a screw could go in there.
Yeah, what I'm gonna, you know, when you have a tear open plastic bag and there's a little notch, so you know where to start.
Yes.
That's what the
Oh,
belly
yeah.
button is for
So
the drill.
much. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
just-
the-
Boy.
Best
Yeah,
place
that's
to
starting to sound pretty good, actually.
okay. If you're listening, don't do that.
No.
But it does seem like you could.
And this Quora is asking what happens.
Yeah. What happens?
It just hurts. I'm sure it hurts, right?
I would probably think, ow, yeah. Are there any answers?
Yeah, there's a bunch actually.
Oh, okay.
One of them said, Becca Arico, who studied surgical procedures and medicine, said, unless you were talking about a position in women's golf and really mean taking an actual drill to your belly button, your skin would start wrapping around the drill point as it turned very rapidly, which would probably cause the drill to stop or burn out the electrical socket if it's plugged in. This might start a fire inside the wall. It would also hurt badly, and blood would fly around, making a big mess. Then you would get a really bad infection and need
it'd be like-
surgery to suture your abdominal wall and skin back together. Then someone would have a huge hospital bill. If you use a hand drill, you wouldn't get very far because of the terrible pain you would feel. Don't try it.
What a thorough
And we don't even know
answer.
if the fire got put out, too.
Yeah. I never thought that there would be a fire in the wall.
No. I was mostly thinking about the blood flying all around she was describing and the flesh
Yeah.
caught in the gears.
Yeah.
I really like this.
That too.
We have one very concise answer from Pat Taylor, who is an owner at PC Networking, who says, "You'll bleed out."
Thank you, Pat.
Don't do it.
There is an exclamation point, so that's how it's intended to be read.
Another good one here from Nobody, who's a pump jockey, who says,
Pump jockey.
blood gets sprayed about by the drill. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's what we're all saying.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but blood gets sprayed about by the drill.
Take it from me. I'm a pump jockey.
I'm the Polish guy from the joke.
If there was a blonde person in Poland, everyone would be like, the prophecy.
Yeah, what if? In a
never happened
crazy world.
It's never happened before.
What if, and we're talking about someone who'd be pretty white in Poland,
Yeah.
of all places.
Yeah.
I pray it never happens.
This is an offensive podcast.
Yeah, there's no sacred cows. Except for the Sidewinder style martial art.
Should we move on to our final question? Do we want to talk
Sacred
more about
cow
drilling
style.
yourself?
Sacred cow.
Sacred cow style. That's an interesting fighting stance.
Divine
Yeah.
bovine.
Divine bovine. Okay, let's
We,
go to
we
the
get
last
closer
one.
to rapping every week, folks.
Let's go to the quiz course.
Okay, this is a good one to do.
These are our politics questions. Mark, we're going to make you talk about politics on our show.
do it.
I hope you're ready.
Let's get into it.
This is when the jokes end and we just discuss the news of today.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
Is there spin in this zone at all?
Everyone's got skin in the game when we're talking about
No.
the election.
I say spin. Is there spin?
Oh, spin.
Yeah,
Oh, I
no
don't
spin
know.
I
zone?
was wondering why you said that, but I
thought
do
you said
agree.
skin.
Listen,
the
I got
last
face
question was
torture on
about
mine.
skin.
Is my skin safe?
The last question was also about spin, the spin of the drill going
The
into the
spin
belly
of the
button.
skin.
But
in the skin.
in the Hall of Warriors, there is no spin, as it is a sacred place of combat
It's a
knowledge.
no spin zone.
Good. Good.
Are Democrats knowledgeable of the warrior archetype?
I'm a little afraid to say. What if it costs me my job?
Who do you think is more knowledgeable, Democrats or Republicans, in the warrior archetype?
Of the warrior archetype?
Yeah.
I like to think there's not a soul alive who is knowledgeable of it.
Who would win in like a sword fight?
It died off.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be true. We need another civil war so we can find out who's knows the warrior's code.
There's a movie coming up about this
Oh
premise.
my God, you're so right.
Yeah.
It's Jesse Plemons is the answer.
I think, okay, so if you consider just the military is the warrior archetype, and then you're like, who...
Oh, yeah.
The thing is that the question is it's knowledgeable. It's not, do you like the warrior archetype?
Right.
They know of him.
And I think we all kind of are knowledgeable of it.
What's the archetype? Just like
The
strong
tactical man. The
strong leader?
The strong warrior.
We don't know it.
We're just like asking people if they saw the movie 300, right? Is that
Yeah,
basically
the warrior
what this is?
archetype.
I hate to be like this, but as 3 card-carrying Democrats, none of us can name the warrior archetype outside of strong. So maybe that's the answer is no.
Topless.
Topless is the warrior archetype?
Drill, not in belly button.
Big.
Strong. Oh, we already said that. Damn it.
I think the answer has to be no.
I don't think they are knowledgeable.
I don't think Democrats are knowledgeable.
Have you seen 300 recently?
No.
So
Absolutely not.
I don't know if this is in the original Frank Miller comic book. I watched it 2 years ago or sometime.
That's crazy to me.
I got like shit faced to watch it. I made both my brothers throw up.
I loved it as a child, and I feel like if I don't want to go back and ruin that memory.
So the first half of it is so much better than the second half. It's insane. It's to the point where like if I was making the movie, I would feel really bad about myself for how it came out. Because the first half you get like excited that it's gonna be good, and then it's a real letdown.
Did their arrows block out the sun?
Well, that does happen in the second half, and it is very good. But my favorite part is it came out in like 2005, and there's like they just write John Kerry into the movie.
What?
There's a senator who's like, I think we should give up for our enemies, and I rape. He's wearing a shirt that says Democrat on it. He's also played by McNulty from The Wire. Check it out.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a sneaky guy. Does he have like a shitty beard, too?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
He's John Kerry?
He's John Kerry. He led that motorboat in Vietnam.
Yeah, what was that about? They thought they were lying. They thought they were goofing around on boats during the war or something?
Yeah, they thought they were goofing about on boats.
I don't know this one.
Yeah, they were goofing around.
They were out tubing during the war or something, came home talking about POWs. That's not it.
My grandpa fought in Korea, and he played a lot of basketball. I know that.
I'm very into someone listening to our podcast, and they're like, this is how I get the news. Do you know John Kerry's in 300? After he went out tubing?
It's not that kind of show, folks.
It's not that kind of show. And especially because Democrats are not knowledgeable of the warrior archetype.
I don't think they are.
Now
Strong.
They are strong. I would like to read the comments, but I think there's going to be a lot of sass in them, and I don't want to get stuck in it.
Okay, Mark H. Swanson. Mark H. Swanson.
Where did you learn to read?
I don't know how I got that. I think I just I was looked at it like while in motion, and I saw H. Swanson and read Hanson.
It was a high velocity read.
Mark says. Definitely yes. Men, women, children, young and old, and fortunately most MAGA types and other fascists don't realize it because they all understand. All they understand is force and violence. What?
Finally, someone says it.
What does that mean?
I really like that as a response to this question because I was worried they were going to be all sassy, but it was actually...
it didn't make any sense. And then there's a comment on that says, I don't see what your reply has to do with the question, but thanks anyway.
Oh, you're welcome.
Will you reply to that? What?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say, what?
Dude, don't own Mark H. Swanson.
I said what? And his credentials are, you don't need credentials to have a brain. Self-educate. Mark's so cool.
Mark, I'm not sure you should have self-educate because it didn't make a ton of sense.
Not you, Mark Roebuck.
No, I've got
Mark H. Swanson.
Okay, Benjamin Mueller says, as a Democrat, I'm knowledgeable that fascists aren't bulletproof and are almost always more little man complex than warrior, preferring to run their mouths and start shit and have others fight the shit they start while they sit back in a nice safe distance running their mouths, like Putin and his cadre of fat, lazy, out-of-shape bozos, and Trump and his cast of fat, out-of-shape bozos.
I don't see why fat people are taking such a beating in this one.
What? I don't think this person knows the warrior archetype,
Jeremy,
which is strong.
how dare you?
Strong. Just say strong.
Yeah, they know. They do know about it though, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't know though, because I kind of think that the Democrats don't know it. I hate to be like this.
You're really.
I got stuck on that guy's name, but was that Mueller? Was it like
Benjamin?
That was the Mueller report.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was fat people are out of control. I guess
those bozos?
those bozos.
His picture is a meme of Don Draper.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty thin guy. Drinks a lot.
Paul Campbell says, sure, I'm a Democrat and I read a lot. Many of my favorite characters are in fact honorable warriors. Note that the word honorable here is important. The cause and ethical code are both as important as fighting skill.
Wow.
That's a pretty good answer, actually.
Are we talking about Jedi now at this point? I don't know Jedi.
Yeah, Jedi are basically.
Jedi are like priests.
They're kind of the warrior archetype. Jedi are kind of like
samurai sort of.
Yeah, they're like a monk, warrior monk.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Quorators.
Okay, I don't think we could get any more mired in the muck here. Oh, Sterling Archer's back.
Yeah, Sterling Archer did answer here.
We've read several responses by Sterling Archer. Have you seen Archer, Mark?
The animated show Archer?
Yeah, he's here.
He's in the comments.
There's a picture of him.
Okay.
It says his
That's
name.
And he says,
Incredible.
Sterling Archer says, sounds like some small dick gay. And that's period.
I can hear it in
New
Benjamin's
sentence.
voice.
Ideation that Trumpkins embrace.
Wow, you can hear
upload
Walter
that.
H. Benjamin.
Yeah.
Walter H. Benjamin?
Show? Is that what's going on?
How dare you make fun of me and call H. John Benjamin Walter?
It wasn't a reading issue. It was.
Yeah, that's right.
I would like
it was
to
a
cut that
recall.
out, but you're editing it, and now there's no way everyone will know I said Walter H. Benjamin.
I'm sorry I cut you off, Mark, to yell at
No,
Alex.
it's
I'm trying to think of how I can get out of this one.
the H.
I got the H.
You did get the H in
Got
there.
the H. Got the H.
It's if you're gonna have a name that crazy, I'm just gonna slide
Yeah.
in some words.
Like Jonathan.
What's the H for?
I don't know.
Hey, I have a question, and it's funny that I was going to ask you this, and Sterling Archer showed up. But aside from Orson Scott Card, are there any other people that you'd be like surprised to know that I might be surprised to know?
The big one that we talk about
Answer
a lot
questions.
is Jordan Peterson. He got his start on Quora, and we've mentioned it on most episodes of this podcast, but it is fascinating.
Like
anyone
he
else?
genuine. Okay, he started off. That was like
That was his like. That's where he became famous. Is that he?
It was his
answered
open mic.
questions. Yeah, it was essentially. Yeah. He would be the guy in the comments being like, Democrats don't actually know the warrior archetype.
Right. Or if
That's
you
crazy.
if you've ever bought furniture from Papa's Mountain,
Sure.
in Denver,
Yeah.
that guy's on here.
Yeah.
a lot.
So that guy's. It's
I know
Papa's
Papa.
Mountain.
I know Papa.
Yeah, and then Sterling Archer is the other
That
one.
famous
Sterling Archer.
ISIS spy.
And
Sterling Archer.
Sidewinder.
Yeah, Sidewinder.
Yeah, and Sterling Archer he's mostly telling you when things are gay, I guess.
And the size of their penis.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we call it an
Wonderful.
episode?
This one got off the rails, man.
Do you want to? Mark, do you have any questions you'd like to
little
ask?
sidewindy.
Do you have any questions you want to ask Quora?
Oh, like to put on the thing?
Yeah.
And
To put on Quora.
To see if anyone answers in the next, I don't know, 4 hours when we record our next episode. It's
Yeah, it's got to be good.
gonna be real good.
yeah, it's a baseball bat related.
Okay.
And I've joked about this before, so I don't want you to
Please.
think this is just a thing that I joked about forever and it stuck with me. But do you think it's possible if you wanted it bad enough? And Jeremy, you were only because you were joking about suicide before. If you wanted it bad enough, could you go to the woods and kill yourself with a baseball bat?
Oh. feel like this one may upset some people, but let's do it.
I don't want to upset anybody. I just want the fact. No,
I just want to know if I could do it.
It's an important question, and I'm putting in the question, the part about going to the woods.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that is
I'd like it in the
relevant.
woods. I'd like it to be in the woods, please.
It's you're giving back to nature.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and slam that and see if I have to make a new account in 4 hours.
Can
Mark,
I add Sidewinder? I'm going to tag Sidewinder.
I don't want to get banned from the
Sidewinder.
space.
I want to know what Sidewinder thinks specifically. Yeah.
I genuinely tagged him in it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the show. Mark, thank you so much for coming on to Quorators, America's favorite Quora podcast. Where can our listeners find you at home and abroad?
Same all over. I have a new website newsletter thing called Sketching the Elephant. You can go to sketchingtheelephant.com. It's a newsletter. It'll bug you to sign up for free or otherwise, but you can also just click through and just go there and read the shit I write about old, weird, absurd, dumb video games.
Yep. Check out Sketching the
That's
Elephant.
very good.
And that's sketching like when you're behind a car and you like grab
on a skateboard. Yeah. So it's born from a goal in Tony Hawk 4 where you have to hang on to an elephant's tail and zip around the zoo. And my wife and I came up with a really cool logo, and that is now available on a t-shirt and maybe a hat in the near future. Look at us go.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a hat. Kind of like how Teen Wolf rides on a car. You can do on a board behind a car. So think of it that way.
That's right.
If you would like some more of our show, we have bonus episodes every Thursday on patreon.com/Quorators, where we go on other websites. We'll finally read that Reddit that did not make the cut today. And we appreciate and love your support. So go ahead and do that. If you do not have any money, feel free to go ahead and sign up for free on Patreon or leave us a review on iTunes because we read them and they make us full of joy.
Yeah.
And laughs like a child's laughter.
Also, I just want to say real quick that Quora did add a there is help button on the bottom of this question that we asked.
That makes a lot of sense.
Does this need help?
Since our question is, can you kill yourself with a baseball bat? I'm excited to see what it says at the start of next episode.
Use the code word scrambled eggs.
All right, we're done.
All right, bye.
Hey, bye,
Goodbye.
everybody.
All right, thanks, guys.
Goodbye.